Good morning, traders. A lot of volume in pre-market. Sitting here doing my scans, seeing a lot of volume popping up. Yeah, so we got volume pretty much across most of the map here. Let's see here. Changing this price pulls up anything else. Alright, let's see what we got. Make a list to watch here. COCP. Oh, they're doing an doing a offer. No reason to look at that. ATNX, nice trend line started on this. That can hold. They acquired Cure Therapeutics for $70 million cash. So that's a possible play. A little bit higher float than I would like. So Sundial is acquiring a company as well. Sundial's pretty low. Not a lot of volume on Sundial. We'll keep an eye on it for now, but let's see. Chiasma is being acquired by MIYT Pharmacy. Got a bunch of acquirings going on. IBO successfully revised the lawsuit. I'm not gonna. There's nothing there. DPW. What do we got here? DPW with some earnings. It looks like they're up 132% year over year for their revenue doubling. 327. Keep an eye on DPW. BLRX. Not really any PR there on it. Does have a bit of a trend line here. And it's common offering, nothing there. OCGN in his little downtrend. So maybe if it can break out there, we could see something. Veru. Let's see. They did a presentation of their clinical 2 data. Positive phase 2 on enobosarm, whatever that is, in breast cancer. So if they've got positive results for something that can cure breast cancer, that would be pretty good. But let's see, it's not that low float. Maybe a slowish mover. Kind of got this triangle. It's not really a good triangle though. Let's see, where is it at right now? So it's right above all indicators. Yeah, this has some potential to move today. So definitely keep an eye on Peru. NAKD, nothing there. AHT, nothing really there. ADMP, nothing really there. GM getting a little action. But I'm not going to trade GM. Nokia. Nothing. Nokia launches blockchain-powered data marketplace for secure dating, data, and AI models. So actually, even though Nokia is a little bit higher float, 5 billion in shares, keep an eye on it just because they got blockchain news. VXRT is looking pretty ugly. That looks ugly. That looks ugly. I ain't trading Macy's. Alright, so we got a bit of a watch list here. Now, my plan is not to trade the first 30 minutes if I can help it. In the first 30 minutes, I kind of want to keep an eye on APLD because I'm probably going to try to get out of this swing today, especially if it moves up any more, which it could. It looks like today it may try to pop up. So yeah, if there's any stocks that don't have on my watch list that you think should be on my watch list, let me know. At this point, we're just kind of waiting for the bell. Let's see, Veru, that's the one with the positive phase 2. Yeah, that's the one I want to keep an eye on. So we kind of got a trend line started there on Veru. But yeah, my plan is to sit back this first 30 minutes, just chill out, keep an eye on the APLD, see if that gets up to a place where I want to lock it out. And then around 9, we'll start looking for some entries on something that has shown that it's got some strength today. Now the SPY looks like it's trying to rebound, but it doesn't look great. On the daily, this candle, the way yesterday closed, is real ugly. And then of course the QQQ dipped down to that 50-day as well. Maybe seeing a pullback today in the markets again. Yeah, we got some pretty red boys on the market, so that's another reason why I want to wait the first 30 minutes out, because it looks like we may get a little dump-a-roo at market open. But yeah, I'm not going to try to jump anything at the bell if I can help it. I don't see a reason to do that with the current market that we have been in. See what the morning squawk is saying. See, today is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Janet Yellen has said they may have to let interest rates rise to keep the economy from overheating. The biggest headline in the stock newsletter from Morning Squawk is talking about Dogecoin. That's the story they've got today. So yeah, we definitely want to wait it out here the first 30 minutes. Don't want to be jumping anything too prematurely. Yeah, see, look there. That's what I was concerned about. This was making an uptrend, and now that uptrend on the Veru is breaking. What's what ticker? Veru, VERU, has positive phase 2. Positive phase 2 is not the greatest PR, but it's not bad. I mean, especially when it's for something like breast cancer, that should get some excitement. Whether or not, I don't know. Got a nice downtrend right here. At 11, so it needs to break back over 11. Once it breaks back over 11, though, it's pretty bullish. It's got room up to like 1564. Good morning, Daniel B. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, Jamie. How's everybody doing this morning? We'll get the trade in here shortly as soon as the market opens. Got about 12 minutes. Like I said, y'all let me know if there's anything that you're seeing that I'm not seeing. But at the moment, I'm not seeing much. BRX is on this little trend line. It could be one to watch after I had the big gap up yesterday. Could see that maybe get another move today. Nokia released some powerful blockchain stuff. Nokia needs to break over $5 if it's gonna get moving. If it can break over $5, then it could definitely make a little move. I think this big move back here was from all the GameStop hype when Reddit was pushing it. But if there's still bag holders from Reddit who's in this from back here, we could see them maybe start to try to push it up. This problem is it's got such a huge float. It's like 5 billion in float, so it's not going to move that fast, but we'll see. Come on now, Thinkorswim. Now it does look like we are starting to get a flag possibly on Veru. If it can curl back up to the top there. If it cracks below that down or that uptrend, then that'll be all for that. Alright guys, well give me a few minutes. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure there is some Wall Street bag holders still left in that, or Wall Street bets bag holders for sure left in Nokia. But give me just a few minutes here, and I'll be back and ready to go. And let's see if we can't make some money today. Alright, so it does look like this triangle is finishing out here, and we've got 4 minutes left. There may be a quick pop on this. I didn't want to trade in the first 30 minutes, but I might take a shot on this. I see it start to... I don't know. We'll see. It's the only thing I like. So we got 3.5 minutes here till market opens. See what the SPY is looking like. SPY is still climbing back up. Let's see. Oh God. Oh, not issuing. Okay, good. I was going to say, they're not issuing new regulations. And he's screwing over the good, but he is screwing over the gig workers. Very nice. New York Fed president says inflation likely to jump this year and then cool off in 2022. Sounds good, but all I hear from the feds is we're gonna just let inflation go. So they're telling you, they're straight up telling you that they're decreasing the purchasing power of the dollar. So if you're in cash and you're not actively making that cash into more cash, you're not making any money. Good morning, One Life. It's a nice triangle here. We'll see how it acts. Oh, nope, starting to crack. Starting to crack before the bell. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, I'm definitely going to wait this first little bit out to see what the SPY does and see what everything else good does. OCGM possibly may come up and test for a break of this downtrend. Going to run into some serious resistance at that 1375 area. But there could be a quick pop here. We'll see. We can break over. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on my APLD swing. See if it's going to start moving up higher than 225. It's really close to... looks like it's going to open right around 225. But I'm looking to get out of this swing today if it makes another nice move up. As you can see, I'm up 140 bucks on this swing that was only costed me $75. So I had 100 shares of it, 75 cents. So I've more than doubled my money on this swing, on this investment here. If this can continue to run. ATNX is getting a bounce off of the trend line, so may have to keep an eye on that. We're about to open up here. Let's see what happens. Through coming up to that trend line right here at market open. Do have some action going on in the market. PLD at 215 at the moment. Stock doesn't get much volume anyway, but And OCGN is trying to test that downtrend line. We'll go here. 10 shares. I'm going 10 shares to see if it can break out. Just a small 10 shares. Because I don't know. I want to save the rest of my funds for a play here in a little while. But I do want to take a shot. You can see it getting pushed back down there. Looked like it was going to break out, but getting pushed back down. That's not... Ooh. Getting a little ugly there. Switch over to a 2-minute. Oh, it may have to drop. It may have to jump out. See, that's what I was concerned about. That's why I only want to go 10 shares, because I've not really seen much get rips out of the gate like that. Well, it's only 10 shares. I only took a 10 share shot. I still have enough funds to make another couple trades. So I wanted to see if I could get a little something off of it. But kind of having a fake out breakout there, so we'll see if it can come back up. It's still holding up at the moment in the triangle, and we're still not quite to the tip, so. Good morning. No idea what I'm supposed to call you. You have 225 shares of MU. I don't know what MU is right off the top of my head. The SPY starts dumping. We could easily see this start dumping as well. Yeah, SPY is kind of dumping. Interesting. DPW. And this little downtrend here. Trying to break out over it. Getting really close to cracking. At the bottom of this triangle. ATNX is starting to move. Yeah, ATNX bouncing off that trend line pretty nicely, but it's running in that 50-day moving average. So I kind of want to wait and see a pullback on that. BLRX on this trend line. Testing it currently. Yeah, I think Veru is gonna crack. It's looking pretty cracky. Pushing, making a new low here. Give it half a second to see if it holds up right here or not. See, starting to get pushed back above the triangle. Back into the triangle here, and this candle's fixing to close in 15 seconds. ATNX still looking good. I just don't want to get it that far off of the trend line. That looks like garbage. OCGN possibly about to make a move. Yeah, OCGN may about to make a move. I may grab 10 shares of this too. Yeah, I'm going to grab 10 shares here in this little triangle we got going on. Broke the trend line, is trying to confirm the breakout. Some selling pressure at 1350 there. Veru's still holding on just by a bit. Take something out and start to shrink my list here. Yeah, ATNX still ripping. Nice rip off of that trend line. Getting a nice U shape starting to form here. See, Veru's fixing to crack $10. I'm just about to get out. This downtrend is holding up. Well, the 100 days at 10 though, so I don't know if I want to. 100-day moving average may hold up as support. It just needs a strong break over 1350 and this is going to start moving. I'll have to jump out of Veru here. Nokia's not doing anything. Oh yeah, now we're getting a very clear flag on OCGN. It's gonna break out to one way or another, one way or the other here soon. Oops. Nothing there on Hoth. There on CMHN. Hayward. RHE is running again, going straight up so far. I see some type of pullback on that, but making a pretty nice move there. OCGN and Veru are just OCGN starting to crack out of that triangle there. Was looking good, but getting rejected. Unless the triangle's like that, and maybe how it's forming. Yeah, and then RHE getting halted right here. So RHE going on another run. I'll get to MU or other stocks in a second. I'm in 2 trades right now, so I gotta be keeping an eye on the ball here. Right at this second, but I'll check MU out here in a little bit. See if Veru is going to come back alive and needs to break back over 1030 and get into the triangle again. So we can see that test. Keep an eye on, what is that? RHE. I don't see much happening on PRPO at the moment. BLRX not looking good either. Brew is trying to get back alive. TNX with a little pullback. Hey, oh yeah, nice U-shaped break there on HUM. Hey, this is actually pretty bullish. I may actually go a little heavier on this one. Resistance right where we're at. If it pulls back to 4, I'm gonna grab some shares. I'm going. Starting to break that 415 area. Let's see if it starts pushing up here. Testing 420. Some resistance right there. If we can break over that 420, we should see it try to test that pre-market high. This nice U-shape confirming. Yeah, starting to break over 420. Well, the two guys are still alive too. So there's a lot of sellers trying to hold it down at 425. They just all got taken out. Yeah, we're gonna keep moving here. Looks like. Up to 430 so far on this break. Breaking over 430. Up to 435. Breaking 435. Knocking down walls right now. And it hit right across this line right here, 440. And Premar has it 455. So we got this whole resistance zone right here that it's got to get through. If it's going to really break out big. OCGN starting to move up some more again. Yeah, OCGN popping out of this triangle. So we got two plays here going, getting a little frisky. We're getting a little frisky. What the hell's the other play I was in? Oh God, what was it? CHMA? Yeah, CHMA. Let's put that on my watch list so I don't forget that. Baruch still alive, but looking kind of ugly. He's trying to hold 10. As long as it holds 10, I'll hold it. Kind of getting a curl over here. We don't want this to drop back down to 4 or anything. We want to stay at above 425. Try to test this 440 area here in the next second or two, next minute. And it's starting to try to come up, see if it can get there on this candle. Running a lot of resistance in the above 430. We're about to test 440 here. Let's see if we're going to get frisky or not. Oh, breaking through 440. We're going to push for this new high at 455. We're going to get real frisky. How frisky you feeling today? What you got, CMH, CHMA? Getting hung up again. Is that 440 really holding up? It's starting to curl. I may lock this out if this doesn't break 440 strong here in the next candle or two. We're starting to kind of curl over below all that resistance, and that just may be too much resistance for it to get back above. We'll see. Oops. Just need a big buying volume push. That's it. Just to get through all this resistance and make a new high. I would lock this out if it can make a new high, maybe like 460, 475. I'd be good with that profit. See OCGN looking good out of that breakout. Probably gonna keep moving up here. Veru still just hanging on right below the triangle. Little 5 minute. Now we want 420 to hold up as support. 420 was old resistance, and we broke through that, so now we want that to hold as support. If it can hold up there and consolidate right below it, in between 425 and 440, we can see that breakout here shortly, but it's got to stay above 420. If it drops back below 420, then it's going to drop. Quite a bit here. Oh boy, we got Veru coming back up. We got OCGN moving, and we got, oh boy, oh boy, we're getting some fisk all around here. Let's see what happens on all these plays here. I got 3 different plays at the moment. This boy is coming back down. I'm still trying to hold 420. So breaks that uptrend. OCGN getting held up a little bit. I'm going to remove this resistance real quick because I don't like that we didn't push for a new high. Kind of starting to form a downtrend. Last place for it to hold is $4. See, ANTX getting close to coming back down to that trend line. OCGN's looking really good. If this is probably going to continue to break out up to 14, I would say, here soon. Veru's still sketchy on. Veru's still just a little sketchy. $9 a.m. dump coming. You may be right. You may be right, Jamie. We'll see here. I just got stopped out on Veru. See how much of a loss that was. $11 loss. Let's see. It couldn't break back above the triangle. If you do have something that breaks below it and tries to break back, if it can't get over that, then it's pretty much Dunsky. How's RHE doing? RHE looking like the same as it was yesterday. Could be the start of a trend line if get a pivot point and start to get a turnaround here. Yeah, CHMA bouncing off of the $4 pretty well. So that is some good support. It does look like it may be the start of this trend line. Good morning, Brian. Hey, that's all that matters, Orlando, is green. If you can stay green, whether it's little or big, it all adds up. See if this can push back over 420 here. Still some sellers there at 420. Yeah, well, yeah, no struggling. Buyers can start stacking the bid at 420. Philosophy of the market. What do you mean exactly? What are you looking to learn about the philosophy of the market? I got this downtrend starting to. Oh, CHM may be about to dump. Getting a little ugly there. Jamie, you may be right about this 9 o'clock dump. I don't know if Kama Sutra is going to help him out with the trading. I'm not sure how putting your leg behind your head and doing things is going to teach you about the stock market, Daniel B. Daniel B is messing with you. The Kama Sutra is a sex book if you don't know what it is. It's all about different sexual positions and healing yourself. It's not a stock market book. Daniel B has resorted to not even telling people factual things now. I'm about to jump out of this. This is getting very close to cracking here. Looks like Jamie was right. We're going to have a 9 o'clock dump here. Yeah. The deal with this sketchy market, man. It looks green, but all the stocks that were moving stopped moving here. OCGN's is still up, but kind of getting held up in that 1375 area. The ATNX never came back down to the trend line. The book seems amazing. So it's amazing for things, but not really the stock market. Not sure how it's turned into that. So OCGN just, yeah, you were right, Jamie. 9 o'clock sell off. Like clockwork. I'm losing on all my trades at the moment. Tell him, Orlando. Give him a taste of his own medicine. That's an ugly curl over on OCGN. Very ugly curl over. CMHA is really getting close to cracking there. I'm about to have to hop out of it. I don't want to risk much more. SPY is cracking. Yeah, that's what I was saying in pre-market. I kind of expected the SPY to turn around. We started out pretty decently hot with all the stocks getting some quick little pops up and then just all getting smashed right now. Yeah, I may have to get out of everything at this point. Yeah, exactly. Flush the toilet. It's weird though, because the market watch isn't showing it. It's showing some red, but majority of it's green. It's really weird. This is the type of year we've been having, this weird stuff. The market's been doing butt stuff this entire time. I'm about to have to get out of that too. Out of OCGN really selling off here at the moment. Okay, now we have a little bit of a pivot point. There could be the start of a trend line, although there is a downtrend at the same time, so we'll have to wait and see if that can break up. I'm just going to put a stop loss right on that candle. Put it like 389 for now. Whoops. just in case that starts to crack. And then OCGN is the last chance to try to hold up right here. Hold above this downtrend. How's REHE doing? Nothing. NMRD. Just got stopped out on CHMA. It's a really low float stock that just started getting some action. If that came down and just stopped me out just right there, I'd be very unhappy with that stock. Right, so I'm taking BLRX off, PRPO off, taking Veru off. I'll leave DPW on for now. OCG is the only thing I've got left. Lost about 20-ish bucks so far. We're gonna see, what was that stock at I was just looking at? Oh, here it is. They got a sugar beet device. I'm actually gonna grab some here at 7. What is it? How many did I try to buy? I don't have enough for 10 more. Never mind. I guess I maxed out my funds for the day on those 3 trades. I thought I had more than that, but I guess not. Yeah, see there, CHMA. CHMA hitting my stop loss right before it's about to rip. I don't know if it's going to rip or not, but the fact that it hit my stop loss there is just for half a second. That's always so annoying. Just this little tail, like there was no reason for the tail to drop any lower than these candles. These 2 tails here. And it dropped just enough. I had my stop loss at 389 and dropped just enough just to hit that little stop loss and stop me out. And look at it breaking out of this triangle now. The gunslinger's rolling. The gunslinger's trying to make some money. Three decent plays, but this is what I was saying. I should have just waited like I was planning on till now. Let the first 30 minutes of the market go, because it's so hard to get any consistency out of these stocks right now at the first 30 minutes. Better just to wait it out and then get an entry on something that looks like it's holding an uptrend. OCG and popping back up some, so we'll see if I can stay alive or not. RHE may be starting, well, I don't know, the trend line will kind of be right there, but maybe starting the trend line there on, let's see, on the 5 minute. Yeah, that's what it is. It's trying to start a trend line on this 5 minute, so if RHE can hold up above the trend line, that could be a good move. ATNX coming back down to the trend line, so if it can hold above $5, that could be an interesting play as well. Yeah, CHMA. Oh, God. CHMA, sneaky little stock. Stop me out on that stop loss. I thought I put it down low enough to keep from anything like that happening. I still didn't put it down low enough. Should have. That's really annoying. Especially because it looks like CHMA may start breaking out here soon. If it can push back up to 450. Never sell a stock? What are you talking about? I'm keeping my stop losses tight. There's no reason to take big losses. Now, I'm not saying Daniel B is wrong, but I'm going to point something out obviously logical that you need to keep in mind while you're looking at reading trading psychology books. Why would you read trading psychology books from people who trade stocks and not read psychology books from people who specialize in psychology? Considering that psychology is the study of the human brain and how people act and think, wouldn't it make more sense to read a book directly about psychology from somebody who actually knows exactly about it instead of some guy who made some good trades and tells you about the psychology market? Just saying, just putting that out there. You know, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me to read. It's like learning how, it's like reading a book on how to fix your car from somebody who bakes cakes. So I mean, of course, traders with a lot of experience are going to understand some psychology in the market, but you're not getting the full scope of psychology. I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't understand why you would want to learn psychology from some guy who trades stocks instead of an actual psychologist. I mean, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You're exactly right. I don't understand. I wish you would explain that one to me. My trade is fine. Don't you worry about me. The only thing I'm in is OCGN at this point, and it's just doing nice little upward movement. It's got this nice little uptrend. It's above the downtrend, held above it, so you can take the downtrend out there. So I just got OCGN just riding up the trend line right now. Yes, I understand that traders I understand great traders use psychology in the stock market. I understand that. I'm very aware of the psychology in the stock market. But I didn't learn my psychology from a guy who read a book on psychology and started applying it to his day trading. I learned my psychology from actual psychology, not some guy who trades stocks. That's my point. Because psychology can be used all across your life in many different aspects. If you're only using psychology for trading, you're really, 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 really not utilizing and maximizing psychology and the studies of psychology to their optimization level. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay. I mean, if you want to read a book about psychology from somebody who's not a psychological specialist, that they only use psychology for one aspect of their life, like if we're going to talk about psychology, if I'm going to learn psychology, I'm going to listen to Jordan Peterson before I listen to Warren Buffett on psychology. Meth and Cadillacs, yeah. Oh no, I remember you, Steven. I remember you. There's plenty of learning here. There's plenty to learn here. You can learn not to make the mistakes that I do. That's pretty valuable if you don't have to lose the money yourself and learn the hard way to make mistakes. You see somebody else do it and you don't make the same mistake. I mean, if anything, I'm saving you guys money. So you guys are fired up today. That's all right. I'm not saying don't read trading books, uh, but once again, my book argument's going to go back to the same thing as it always does: is there's no difference in reading a book about from some trader who did well in the 1980s or watching a YouTube channel about trading. I mean, the world's changing. You know how several people just become millionaires yesterday off of Dogecoin. So I don't really care what somebody from 1980s when cryptos didn't even exist is really telling me about the markets, because the markets have never ever had something like this, like cryptos interfering with it. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just giving you my thoughts. You guys, I don't know why you guys are getting so mad. I'm not telling anybody that you're wrong. I'm just saying I just threw a logical argument out there about the psychology thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right about everything or anything. All I'm saying is just giving you my thoughts on that. Yeah, no, Daniel B. Orlando asked a question and you answered it with the Kama Sutra. So don't try to back your weasel your way out of this like you're like you're being such a good boy. I'm not gonna argue with you guys today. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I'm just giving my feedback. You guys don't like my feedback? Hey, that's fine. Oh, here we go. Here we go with the Tulip Mania. Nice. You're up $100 on those. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, remember that, Orlando. Listen to the unprofitable trader, not Daniel B, who lives off of only trading. Yeah, listen to you heard that right, Orlando. You got it, buddy. There you go. Don't listen to me. I'm the unprofitable trader. Oh my goodness. You boys, you always make it so spicy in here. I love it. Yeah, you got me. You got me all right. You got me good. Good stuff. Good stuff. But that's why I love this community, guys. I want to build this community so big. It's not. See, that's the thing. One Life and Daniel B. You keep trying to make everything about me, and I don't want this channel to be about me. It's not about me. This channel and everything I'm doing is about the community. I want to build a community. I want to build the safest investor place to come to with, no bots, and people can speak their opinions openly and share insights and discuss. One brain is okay, but you get two brains, that's even better. You get a whole bunch of brains together, well, now you got you a giant think tank and everybody can benefit off of that. And that's what we're working on. We're building a community here. Whether you guys want to be nice in the community or you want to be little a-holes, hey, whatever. This trend line is starting to crack. I'm close to having to get out of here. I know you are, Daniel B, and I'm glad that you're proud of your trollness. Just as long as you're not distracting people from learning with your trolling. That's the only thing that bothers me, is when you start distracting people. But yeah, you guys don't worry. Look, here's the thing. If you're worried about me making wins or losses, then you're worried about the wrong thing. This is not about me making whether or not I'm profitable or not. This is about you and whether you're profitable or not. Like, my pockets, you're only seeing this part of my pockets. And I don't understand how seeing me lose, how, what my account value is on here, how that makes you a better trader at all. So, like, you know, it's better to worry about your own pockets, I would say, than worry about somebody else's. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. This is starting to dump too, so all three plays breaking down. So what we got in losses? We got 13 there, we got 5 there, and then what was the other one I traded? Veru. Veru 11, so that's about 30 something bucks that I've lost today. I lost 80 yesterday, so that's 111 I've lost in 2 days, and then on my swing trade I'm up 133. So, and then I had the $30 win on Monday. So, I'm still in the green for the week, even with 4 losses. Only 2 wins so far and 4 losses. I'm 2 for 6, but I'm still on the green for the week. Interesting. Yeah, all 3 plays are red. They were all green. I could have locked it in and made maybe a little bit more, but I didn't. Looking for a little bit more. Thought with pre-market having as much volume as it did, I thought we might have a little hotter of a market, but I think April is going to be sketchy. I think it's going to be another choppy market, especially with the stock market being so high up. Yeah, Veru just ate it, man. Veru just did not. That's just ugly. RHE still on this trend line at the moment. Possibly, maybe getting ready to try to break out over 14 soon. Try to do a big deal. Now, if the stock market is not that hot right now, why would I put 5 to 10K in a play? If I would have put 5 to 10K in any one of these plays, I would have locked out the profit I had immediately, because I would have been up a couple $100 off of the 5 to 20 cent move that I was ahead on all those. But in any case, I'm not gonna, argue with you about it. I mean, I'm not even sure how that statement even makes any sense. That statement has nothing to do with psychology. Daniel B. Daniel B. Oh my goodness. Keep on telling me how terrible I am. I love it. It's great. Let's try to make about 350, Daniel B. It's about 350. Oh, you don't say. You have to have money to make money for trading. Very interesting insights. Very interesting insights. I appreciate the coaching, Daniel B. Really making progress. RHE about to break out. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I mean that's what I've been saying, Orlando. Is consistency. Like, you don't want to. You really don't want to take losses, but if you do take losses, take them as small as you can, so that way, when you get your winners, you still are profitable on the week. No, I'm still in my swing trade at the moment. There, staying above $2, so I'm not going to sell it at the moment. It's still bullish. It's above all indicators, above the 9 EMA, looking like it's going to consolidate. And it's a blockchain stock, so if cryptos continue to be hot, then this swing will probably keep moving. Yep, 50 on Doge. Nice. Very nice. Doge went on a nice run. Yep, that's it, Orlando. That's it. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Thoughts on ATNX? It looks fine. It's on this trend line still. That's what I was saying earlier. If it could hold up above $5, uh, I would have probably tried to got an entry down here a little closer to the trend line. Trying to get it right in here is a little sketchy because if it doesn't start to break up anymore, then you're risking about 20 cents. Yeah, you're risking about 20 cents down to the trend line. At this moment, it's kind of a little sketchy. I've had 4 green candles in a row, but they're not very big green candles. Well, this is okay. Well, this is a little bit higher of a float. It's also running in this 50-day moving average at 55, so it's got to break that. Now, if it can break, let me look back here. Yeah, if it can break all that resistance and then break 6, it does have a lot of room in this big gap from 619 to 877. Let me look back on the max chart, make sure that's the gap. Yeah, so once we break that, yeah, there's possibility for a lot of room to run on ATNX. But because it is a higher float, it may take a couple of days. It may be more of a swing type of trade, maybe. I don't know. Right at this moment, though, I'd be cautious because it looks like it's going to come back down the trend line, maybe test again. If that trend line cracks, then it's got quite a ways to drop down. RHE still not getting the way out of there. Guys, learn from what Daniel B and One Life are saying about my trading. They're pointing out things about my trading that definitely are issues that you can avoid just by not doing the same mistakes that I am. Guys, I'm gonna take a here in a minute. I'm gonna take a quick little breather, guys. If you haven't, community needs your help. If you've not seen the community post I posted last night or the commercial and John Sadar video, but we gotta get this new video. This don't miss this video, the one with the eyeball on the thumbnail. We gotta get that video moving. I need likes and comments and discussion in there. We gotta treat that that YouTube algorithm like he's been treating us, trying to hold our community down. We gotta beat the YouTube algorithm so we can continue to build this. So if you guys don't mind, when you get a chance, go like and subscribe. Well, not subscribe. Most of you already probably are subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, you can do that too. But yeah, when you get a chance, go check out that video. And actually, if you wear glasses or contacts, if you're not using the company that I did the stock review on, you may want to check into them because they do have some pretty good deals on all that stuff. It's cheaper than what I've seen at brick and mortar places. And you can do it all from the comfort of your home. So it's a company you can invest in too. So it's worth checking out. It's only a 10-minute video. Yeah, I listen to you guys. I listen to you guys all the time. You guys repeat the same thing over and over again every day. Tulips and, do this, do that. I listen to you. Just because I listen, though, doesn't mean that I have to take it as a solid slate of cement. What's the day? Wednesday? Yeah, I did. I did say that. You are right. I'm aware. Didn't work out too good, did it? Should have stuck to my plan, huh? Got to stick to your plan. If you make a plan in pre-market, like I said in pre-market, I was going to try to wait out the first 30 minutes, and then I didn't. I got gung ho's on a couple different patterns, and just held them a little too long. Didn't lock out profits, but that is what it is. You know, I'm still small losses out of 3 trades. I lost $30. It's yeah. Wait, watch, be patient. Exactly. Exactly. You gotta be patient. But yeah, I've noticed too a difference in my trading from when used for a while there. I was starting to do the live streams at 9 o'clock, and I may go back to that. Uh, just because when I do that, I just don't even I like skip the whole first 30 minutes, and then I can go in fresh minded and just look and see what's actually going to be moving for the rest of the day. I saw some patterns, and I liked the way the patterns looked. And like I said, I thought we were going to see a change in the market today. RHE is still coming out to break out. Veru on the 5 minute, I jumped in definitely too early. No doubt about that. Chima Chima actually made a nice move. I caught that nice U shape. It just didn't run as far as I thought it was. I mean, that right there was an easy win. I just didn't lock it in. So that wasn't even FOMO or anything. That was a good play with that. By the way, Orlando pointed out the U-shaped break there, and we got it right. And I saw it right after he's called it out and jumped in it. This should have been a profitable trade, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. So that's why you gotta lock in profits in these sketchy markets. Now it's cracking down and turning over. I'm gonna delete that line, but from here to here, that's an easy trade. 4 to 50 cents almost. That right there, nice U-shaped breakout. That's a nice easy trade. That should have been easy money. There's no reason I should have took a loss on that. That's just poor trading. And then what was the other girl? Let's see, OCGN. Now OCGN looked good. OCGN was on a nice uptrend and bounced. It looked pretty good to me, and then it even had a flag. So there was multiple reasons to trade this as well. So the only one that I really FOMO'd on was Veru in that first little bit there, because I thought we were going to get a breakout right there. But instead, it never broke the downtrend and continued on this downtrend. Yeah, I mean, if you're making quick little trades, quick scalps and quick 30-40 cent moves, if you can get them in that first 30 minutes because of the volume, uh, it, that's fine to do. I just keep trying to hold for bigger runs on a lot of these stocks, and at this point, I'm just going to start locking in profits when I got them and not even worry about how much profit it is or anything. I'm just going to play my strategy. Any good overnight stocks? I don't know. I would have to look. And it is way too early this morning to decide on a stock to swing for the night time. Because at this point, we have no idea what the market's going to do. But alright, I'm going to take a break real quick, guys. I will be right back. ATNX back down on that trend line again. So there's still could be some action there if it can continue to hold up. RHE breaking out over 15. Did you just tell Orlando to stay away from supply and demand? If you're telling people to stay away from supply and demand, Daniel B, and then you're sitting here trying to tell me stuff, you are out of your mind. Don't. Supply and demand is everything. Supply and demand is literally everything. If you think that supply and demand doesn't have anything to do with trading or anything, then you've lost your mind completely. I don't need to make a logical explanation for myself. Supply and demand are laws of nature. That's not debatable. You can't debate supply and demand. I guess. Sure you can. Sure you can predict supply and demand. I've been saying for 2 years that silver was gonna. I've been buying silver for a year and a half now, saying I'm bullish on silver. Silver's been breaking out the last couple of days and probably gonna be over 30 an ounce here in the next couple of days. I used supply and demand deduction when the whole GameStop thing happened, and I told everybody to ignore GameStop and go buy cryptos. The ones who listened did very well. The ones who continue to trade GameStop, some may have made some profits, some probably got destroyed. But if anybody would have listened at all, they literally could have bought any crypto at that time, and they would have been up pretty nicely at this point. And all I use is basic supply and demand. I mean, if you think that's not a real thing, then I mean that's just the laws of nature. It's the laws of nature because it takes two human beings to make a transaction. And one human being is the supplier and one human being is the demander. And boom, value is created. So that's just how it works. It's not debatable. The tape is supply and demand. You're watching the orders that's going through. That is supply and demand. You're looking for way more buyers than sellers for rips on stocks. You're looking for way more demand to come in than the amount of supply that's available. There's not a lot of sellers at an area, and there's way more buyers, then that demand for buyers is going to push it over the area that there's not a lot of sellers at. The whole entire stock market is supply and demand. Every single investment, everything around you is supply and demand. The computers you're on right now or the phones that you're on right now listening to me, supply and demand is how that phone got to where it is to be a small computer, because supply and demand breeds competition, and competition breeds innovation. But it's very simple. If there's not a big supply, like right now we're seeing on RHE, there's only 1.6 million in float. So there's only 1.6 million shares available to the public. Well, RHE has had 20 million shares traded. So looking at all these volume bars and considering they're all green, except for a very few of them, the demand for RHA is outweighing that tiny supply, and there's not enough sellers either to outweigh all this buying pressure. Like literally, I take this off the chart, and all I do is just bring up this chart. Right there, I can see supply and demand. This is demand, 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 demand. All right, no supply, so the price is skyrocketing. Got to a price where some people who were holding down here decided not to be in demand anymore. They decided to turn into suppliers. So they turned into suppliers, sold their shares. We get a sell off, and then demand. You can see the sell in there. That's all the supply of shares going back into the market, and then the demand has continued to increase since then. And you got a nice move up, this stock ripping from 12 all the way to 16. So supply and demand. Very simple. Yeah, positive. I am going to take a break in a minute, but positive phase 2. It's a positive phase 2 and positive phase 3 in a hot market are really good. In a choppy market, it's going to be sketchy, because if traders are skittish, they're not going to want to take shots on positive phase 2, because if the company goes into phase 3 and then has negative phase 3, well, then it doesn't matter about the phase 2 being positive anymore. So that news goes, that gets factored in, and traders will not be too excited about it. So hot market, yeah. And then too, it depends on the drug, flow to the company, things like that. If it's a drug for something that billions of people are going to use, then it's probably going to get some attention. If it's something for like some disease where only 100,000 people have that, well, then they're going to be capped out on their customers. So you kind of got to look at all that. That's the nuances of PR. But I mean, phase 2, that was positive phase 2 on breast cancer, and that's why I was really thinking. That was a Veru. Yeah, that was Veru. So that's why I was thinking it was going to run, because it was specifically for breast cancer, which is a big thing. And it did originally run. I mean, it went from 870 all the way up to 1165, but it sold off almost back down to its prices again. So it must not be that big a deal, or there was bag holders from pre-market, or there was investors who's been holding this stock for a while and they liked this price and decided to start unloading. A lot of different reasons why this didn't break out, or reasons that it could have not broke out. All right, I'm going to take a break real quick. I'll be right back, guys. We're going to get a stream about 20-30 minutes here after that. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, comments, ideas, concerns, get those in, and I will address them to the best of my ability. So I'll be right back, guys. And Daniel, I'm watching you. All right, so RHE still ripping. Very nice. I feel like like it's not just the news. That's why I have four criteria. That's why I say you want the stock to meet all four criteria. But that's what I say all the time. Just because it has good news doesn't mean that it will rip. It can come back down just as easily. But you've got to look at what you want to look at is price action of the company or price action of the stock that's moving. But I mean, this was a little downtrend break from 1070 up to 1120. I mean, that was a 50-cent move right there if you would have caught it on that downtrend break. So it's not like it didn't do anything at all. It did get a quick little pop. But that, I mean, it could have easily just as broken out to the upside as it did sell off. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to see this repeat a lot. We see this all the time. But then you also see stocks that will consolidate in pre-market after a big run and then continue their run up as well. So you got to watch the price action. We got ATNX back on the trend line, held up so far. Only concern is this downtrend at the moment. You want to see that break over that downtrend. If it doesn't break that downtrend, it's probably going to test the support, the trend line support again. Yeah, the pre-market rip was no volume, but that's because there wasn't any sellers. So I mean, a little bit of volume it got from buying it shot up because it's you didn't have any sellers there to stop it, but you had bag holders. You know, some people, a lot of people who probably got in here early in pre-market probably sold at the top up here. I mean, you can clearly see that they were selling off. That's why that downtrend was there. But you did have buyers that were coming in and holding this up right across here. I mean, this is a sideways flag pattern. It's not really a bear flag or a bull flag. Maybe a bear flag, but it doesn't matter. It's still a triangle. So it wasn't like this didn't have a pattern. It had a pattern. It had news, and it got volume. I mean, it opened up with 2.5 million in volume. But look at ATNX. ATNX rip, no volume back here, ripping pre-market, downtrend. And it broke up and it's still climbing. There's not much of a difference between that chart pattern and that chart pattern. Other than one broke out and one didn't. That's it. Just about the same exact thing. So you're like, that's the thing. Like, you can sit there, you can sit there and go, oh, Veru didn't break out. Those plays happen all the time. Yeah, that's true. But ATNX did break out. So these plays happen all the time as well. And you just got to follow that price action. I mean, this didn't even have any volume at all in pre-market. Just had a trend line that was started in after hours yesterday, but was downtrending. I mean, it's not much different than CHMA. And their press release is acquired. They acquired Cure Therapeutics. Acquire anytime a company gets something, receives something, awarded something. Those are always good press releases to watch. But like I said, Veru's positive phase 2. Positive phase 2 can go either way. Because like I said, if it comes out with negative phase 3 in a couple of weeks or a month or two, then, the positive phase 2 didn't matter. ATNX shifty daily chart. I mean, what's wrong with it? It had a big sell-off down here, big gap down, and then it was selling off. But it held $4. So I mean, people saw it as a discount buy, and they got the new news. I mean, the daily chart didn't really matter on this. Plus, like I said, there's a little bit of a gap to fill on it as well. But yeah, I know, Daniel B. That's what I'm saying. Like the stupid explanation that I'm saying, because it's what you said was about as dumb as what I'm saying now. Like, yeah, one didn't break out and one did. So what is your point? Is what I'm pointing out of saying that, like, I don't get none of your arguments for Veru when ATNX literally almost looks the same. I mean, there's no volume. It's about the same pattern in pre-market. So, I mean, watch you're saying, don't pay attention and telling Orlando not to pay attention to news. Watch the reaction. But this is what I do say: the first 30 minutes, it's a little rougher to trade. But I mean, you guys are acting like there's some secret formula or something. We got another triangle on ATNX as well, so it could possibly break out here and start moving up. Like, you're going to lose trades. Like, that's just going to happen. Patterns are going to break down. You can't win every single trade. Now, the ones where you do get up, like CHMA, that's what I was saying. I should have locked in. But Veru had all the makings. Just didn't have volume that much in pre-market, but had a pattern and everything, and then started getting volume at market open. I mean, it got big volume at market open. And it was above all indicators. It was pretty bullish. It was looking like it was going to turn bullish. RHE still running. And in pre-market, RHE did nothing. It just did nothing at all. And yet it's the biggest ripper of the day so far. And they don't even have news. They don't even have any news. They don't have anything. It's just running. Just running off the hype from yesterday, pretty much. Did have a nice triangle breakout right there. But I wouldn't have got in this until, this area. But if you look, that was after 9. That's what I'm saying. I do think it's better right now in this market, at least for me anyway, is to just skip the first 30 minutes. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, Daniel B. I said that phase 2 is not like the greatest PR. It's decent PR, but it's not the greatest. But for breast cancer, that's something. But the best way to make sure that you're finding a good play that's uptrending is just wait a little bit. Because the RHE, if you'd have waited for the first 30 minutes, you could have caught this nice little U-shaped triangle breakout for this big run. Yeah, Daniel B., don't flatter yourself. I guess. If you guys think PR doesn't matter at all, then, that's your view. Just looking around, seeing if anything else is going on here. See Ambo getting a little action. Why is Ambo moving up? No reason at all. Just broke above those indicators. ISNS had a nice triangle breakout there. Look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful triangle right there. Oh, this is that one yesterday that IPO'd. It's going a bit sideways. ATNX starting to break this downtrend. If it can break the downtrend here and test that 550 and break over that, we could see it start moving again. Volume has lightened a little bit, but if it can break over, buying volume should start to come back in. I'm not saying that you need to buy because something has good PR. I've said this many times. PR can be garbage. It can seem good, and then it can be just some BS pump and dump from the company. You know, the why you want to look at PR, why you're looking for a catalyst on a stock is exactly that, psychology. You're looking for something to get other traders excited about. I am not excited about any PR whatsoever. You know, I see some PR and I'll say, oh, this could be some good PR, but what I'm meaning is it's good PR, but other people could see it as good PR and come in. Like, that's what I'm looking for, is the psychology of other traders, where they're going to go. And it's just trickier to do that at market open in the first 30 minutes. Like, now it's pretty clear. I mean, this is the easy call on ATNX. It's the easy call on RHE. I mean, they called both of those out after 9 o'clock, and they're both moving. The catalyst... No. See, you're not understanding. The catalyst is not for you. When I say you need a catalyst or PR, it's not for you that you need a catalyst or a PR. You need a catalyst or PR so other people will come into. Because we're trading people. Like I always say, we're trading people. It is psychology. And if a lot of people would have thought that Veru had a breakthrough on their positive phase 2 for breast cancer, then a lot of people would have came in. That would have been a lot of demand. Obviously, the market did not think it was that big of a deal. But when you're looking for these criteria, those criteria are what you're looking for that's going to get other traders excited. You know, other traders like low floats. They like good PR. They like a lot of volume. So we're trading people, so we want to be where the people are at. And now that we've had some time after the first 30 minutes and we saw things break down, people were not interested in Veru. So where did they go? They went to RHE and they went to ATNX instead. They did go to CHMA a little bit, but something's holding CHMA down. There's some serious selling pressure at that 445 area. I mean, it could just be pre-market high, but feels pretty heavy for it to, because it's still got good volume. That's the weird thing. Like, even these smaller candles are still 500,000 besides like that one little tiny one. Oh, that's weird. Exactly. Exactly, Orlando. There you go. It can spark a reaction. Just don't trade it because of the news update. Exactly. It's like one life was saying, but you don't want to ignore PR altogether. Like, yeah, there's going to be PR that's specifically designed to get retail traders to buy so insiders can dump. But that's why you got to wait. That's why I say you have the PR, but you don't just want to jump in it. You want to make sure there's the volume and you want to make sure there's a chart pattern. And that your price action is showing an upward movement. So ATNX has all of that. They've got the good PR with buying Curve Therapeutics or acquiring it. They got a nice uptrend in price action. They got volume. And they've got a chart pattern now that you could have got in at 526 and sold up at 556. That'd have been a nice little 30-cent win there. And it still could continue to climb because it did just break this downtrend. So that's what you're doing is you want to put all the pieces together and then figure out where traders are going to go, where they're going to be the most excited at. No, it wasn't just PR that I for jumping into Veru. It wasn't that. It had a pattern as well. It had this triangle, and it did try to break out of it. I mean, it did. There's no denying that. You can see the big, tall wick right there. It even broke above this little area for a half a second right there at the 11 area where that was a pivot point. But it was just a fake out breakout. Like I said, after it didn't break out, traders left here. So you see the massive volume, the breakout didn't happen, and then volume's been decreasing. You look at ATNX, volume started coming in and volume increased. So as Veru was having its fake out breakout, ANTX was testing this trend line, and then buying volume started coming in, and all the volume left right about that time, right in the same time as it did or on Veru, and just stayed in RAG. Or what was that other one? What was I looking at? ATNX. So volume stayed in there, and then RHE, same thing. Volume started increasing. You didn't have any volume right there, and that was when Veru was starting to break out, and then traders obviously left there, and volume started coming into RHE. So you can see where traders are moving to when a failed breakout happens. You can see, oh, they moved over there. Or it could have been that all of them, Veru, RHE, OCGN, CHMA, ATNX, at the first 30 minutes, volume could have been just split across on all these. So volume had to come in, and stay where it was going to stay at some point. Oh, you're definitely right, Jamie. You're definitely right. If I would have waited just a little bit longer, I would have not gotten this trade at all. As I was saying, this was not a great trade. This was a little. The timing was a little off and everything, and I didn't stick to my plan, so it cost me. But day trading, day trading is a little bit different too than swinging or long term investing. Like you're specifically talking about the Coinbase IPO. That's not. I mean, it is a good example of what we're talking about as far as the psychology of retail traders versus the mainstream. But when Coinbase IPO'd, it got way too high. I mean, that was pretty clear. I mean, there was a lot of hype behind it, but as it kept updating and it was going up and up in price before it ever hit the market, it became way overvalued. So there was that one shot to make a quick day trade off of it, but it just came out too high. That was kind of a setup there, like One Life was talking about earlier, where they set it up to dump it on the retail traders. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. The ATNX still looking pretty good. RHE RHE's found a top for now. Probably will have to come back down to the trend line, so that's pretty much probably done for a little while. ATNX does need to push up for some new highs soon. You are building higher lows though, just not building higher highs. So actually, it's going to kind of make like a little triangle probably, unless it can break up over that area here in the next few minutes. CHMA just going sideways. And they signed a definitive agreement to acquire Chiesma, and it's not getting action. And that was an acquiry. Whereas what's the other one with the acquirement? Yeah, ATNX. So ATNX moving up with acquiring a company, and CHMA moving sideways for an acquiring a company. Something's just weird about this though. Like there's a lot. I don't know why that's holding up with so much resistance at that 444 area. I mean, there is some across that area for sure on the past chart. But that shouldn't be, I mean, it's not indicator or anything. It shouldn't be that. Like, not even one candle popped above. So I just feel so heavy. I don't know what is going on, why that's getting held down for. Some people just like to watch Daniel B. Don't knock them. Don't knock them. I appreciate everybody who's in here. Just watching and learning. Or maybe watching or trading. Or maybe they got a bucket of popcorn because they know that you're going to start an argument with me, and then we're going to have to go off on argument rants about a bunch of nonsense. Look at what? Oh, 3-year? What am I looking at the 3-year on? On CHMA. Yeah, I was kind of figuring that's probably what it was. It was on a longer chart. Yeah, I mean, it's running into that. It's running into indicator resistance on the 3-year. So that's probably why that's tough. But still, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you do have it as past chart, and you do have it as indicator on the 3 year. So I guess that's pretty strong. Enough resistance. Buyers, not enough buyers could come in and break it over that. That's just all it is. There's too much supply sitting at that area. Too many suppliers, sellers sitting at those prices. See, OCG is cracked. People only watch for the fireworks. Hey, some people are actually learning. Like Orlando is doing fantastic with his learning. And I'm sure there are others as well who maybe just don't want to talk about how good they're doing, you know? Like I said, it's about your own pocket, not anybody else's pockets. So all right guys, I'm gonna come back tomorrow and I'm going to stick to the plan, but we'll get to that. We'll see what the plan is tomorrow. Yeah, hot mess and an instigator. Yeah. I am a hot mess. Yeah, Bimmer boy, you too. But anyway, yeah, let's call it a day because I'm done. I don't have any more funds. I'm probably gonna go and maybe trade some cryptos here in a little while. I'll let you guys know if I do. If I do the live stream crypto trading, it will be on the other channel that is geared towards crypto now. I'm starting to separate the crypto out of this channel and into that channel. So if you like the cryptos and you like the crypto trading, be sure that you go check out Framework Fortune Daily Crypto, I think is what it's called. And you can find it in the links in the banner. You can find it in the community tab. I've been posting the daily crypto updates that I've been doing there. And then I'll post if I am going to live stream trade there. I'm probably going to today, if not for sure this weekend. I should have traded Doge this morning. I've been in Doge since it was around a penny. I've been locking out Doge all the way up. I still have some Doge. Well, unfortunately, Coinbase does not have Doge on it yet. And I'm using Coinbase Pro for my crypto trading. Um, but I mean, it's like last night I traded ETC, which was a crypto. Uh, it had made a nice run up, and then it was consolidating around $90. So I got in there. I got in there with 11 shares at 90 something bucks, and then it ran up to like 97. I ended up making about $80 in 5 minutes. I was literally just on my phone and happened to catch the consolidation pattern on ETC, which I'll talk about on my crypto update today on the crypto channel. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be buying Doge while it's running real hard like this. I mean, that's the thing with cryptos. There's so many different tokens and projects that are going to be running and moving. Um, that you don't like for trading cryptos, just day trading them. You can really day trade any of them that you have access to. Yeah, and if your friend doesn't watch the market, he just hears the hype, then imagine how much money you can make if you can actually do technical analysis on a crypto chart. I'm actually finding it's way easier to day trade cryptos than it is stocks because you don't have manipulation in it. Lean hog hype, yeah. The lean hog train has left the building. Those things went crazy. But all right, guys, appreciate everybody joining me as always. Like I said, if you haven't watched that video, go watch that video on kits.com. Check it out. Leave a like, comment on there. Let me know your thoughts on it, because it is an interesting. It is two things. It is an interesting possible investment, and it also can save you quite a bit of money on glasses and contacts. So it's a double whammy. It's worth watching. It's only 10 minutes. Let me know your thoughts on that video, and if you like that style of video that I've been doing, because I'm trying to get everything going so we can build this great community of ours that we got going on here. Doge to the moon. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys joining me as always. And on your way out, make sure to smack that like button to teach the algorithm a lesson on this live stream as well. It all really does help. All the interactions that you guys do, the talking and the comments and the live streams, all that, it really does help. We're trying to build what we're trying to build here, and we really appreciate everybody's continued support, and I mean that sincerely. Not to get sappy on you guys, but I do sincerely appreciate everybody's support, even yours, Daniel B, even yours, and I love all you guys. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time. I'll put the link in the chat. Okay, here, I'll put the link. You guys just not gonna let me go today, are you? You're just gonna keep No, I didn't think about that. That was smart, One Life. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat so you guys can check that video out right here after the live stream. There you go. There's the video. Eric, I really Daniel B. I hate. Okay, no, I'm leaving because I'm a busy guy. I'm very busy. I got 2 channels right now. I got John, doing his thing on the channel. I've had meetings every single day with different people, editors. I'm interviewing for the channel. I got a website that we're working on. It's almost finished. It's very close to being finished. There's like a couple of more things that I got to do to that. I'm doing the crypto trading, doing the stock trading. I'm in the process of closing on this house that I just bought, so I was hunting house real estate. A lot going on for me, so unfortunately I can't sit here and trade the markets all day. That would be nice, but I mean, after 11 o'clock my time, like 11 to 2, 11 to 1, there's usually not too much going on because it's like lunchtime. It's usually pretty slow. I mean, you can definitely still get some moves and stuff during that time, but I just mainly trade stocks in the morning. Ew. So one life, man. You've had an offer. I've given you an offer for a long time. You just won't take it. Just don't. You just won't take it. I mean, I've got eight more spots to fill for the whole company, for all the channels of other good traders. If you would take the deal, One Life, it would be great. It'd be another one to fill in. Well, hit me up, One Life. We can talk about it. I mean, if that's something you want to do, we can talk about it. I'm open. Daniel B, I'm scared to let you do anything. You'll boost my channel by putting some crazy video that you stole from the CIA or something on there. But yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to go. Like I said, great rest of your day. Stay safe. Do the things. Like, subscribe, all that. Got to get the YouTube algorithm beat. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Till next time.